Hi, Michael. How are you?
Mr. Rick, I am very good today.
Good. Have you had a good week?
Yeah, I just finished my midterm test.
Oh, yeah. And then have you had any results yet?
So haven't got any result yet, but my mind is free now.
Oh, good. That's good. Hello, Duknia. How are you?
No, I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Good. I'm good, thank you. Just getting some things ready here. Okay. Hello, Tuklin.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Good. Have you had a good week?
Yes.
That's good. Duknia.
Yes.
Yeah, what have you been doing this weekend so far?
I don't know. Me and my family is just we are going on a not like a vacation, but like we going out for 2 days.
What, you are going out for 2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. When?
What?
When?
Since Friday to the wait, what are we've been going out for like since Friday, so we
So
are
what? So since last Friday, you are on vacation.
yeah right now
Ah,
still.
right. So where are you?
Tam Dao, like
Ah,
it's Tam Dao in Vietnam,
okay. How far from Hanoi is that?
like around wait, let me search.
Okay.
It's around like 70 kilometers.
Okay. So not far.
Yeah,
Not
not
far.
that far.
Okay. And what is there? Why have you gone there?
Like we have like a house on Tam Dao, so we just
Ah,
go
okay.
there play like every month. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. That sounds like fun. Hello, Bhutan.
Hello, Mr. Ray.
How are you, Bhutan?
I'm good.
Good. Can you turn your camera on, please? Okay, good to see you, Bhutan. Thank you. Hello, Paula.
Hi.
Hi, Paula. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great.
Good. Welcome back. I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Have you been keeping well?
No, there's too
No.
much deadline.
What? You have too much to do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how many have we got so far? 5. Maybe a couple more. So Hakan, by the way, everyone has left the class. He sat the Ielts exam last weekend. Okay, so he doesn't need to come back to the class anymore. So we have one less this week. So before we start, does anyone have any questions for me? Nope. Okay. All right, we'll get started. Let's have a look at what's on today's program. Okay, so I hope you can all see this. So we're going to start off with the fun phrase of the week. I have a quick word challenge for you. Some words that are easy to confuse. because they sound the same when you pronounce them, but they have different meaning and different spelling when you write them. Going to be looking at some more word formation practice. The main thing we're going to do today is a speaking test. Okay, I want to do a speaking test with you so I can assess how your speaking is going. And then we can look at improvements to make for that once I've marked it. And then we're also going to do a little bit of writing. Okay, so I'll just check to see if anyone else has joined the class, and then we will start. Oh, I've got Michael, I've got Paula, I've got Putan, I've got Tuklin, Duknia. Okay, that is everyone. Okay, so I'll start with you, Michael.
Yes,
Okay, Michael, what is the fun phrase of the week?
you can say that again.
Okay, what does that mean, Michael?
It means like, that's true.
It is. Okay, so this is what you can say to someone when you want to agree with them. Okay, when you want to say, that's true. Instead of saying, that's true, you just say, you can say that again. Very common in English. Okay, Duknia.
Yes.
Okay, how do you use it? Can you read out those sentences, please?
Use this phrase when you agree with something someone had just said. Example, when a friend says the food at that restaurant is so expensive, you can reply, you can say that again.
Okay, all right. So if I say to you, wow, it's very hot today, and you agree with me, you just say, you can say that again. It's just another way, a slang way of saying that, yes, you are right. Yes, that's true. You can say that again. Very common in English, very common. You can say that again. Okay, so just to check, you still remember what the other fun phrases mean. Tuklin.
Yes.
Okay, food coma, Tuklin. Food coma, what does it
Food-
mean?
Food coma means you feel really sleepy after eating too much.
Correct. Not out of the woods yet. Putan.
Not out of the good mean.
Can you remember if you are not out of the woods yet?
I don't remember.
Okay, Paula.
It means like you still don't know about something yet.
Means you still have some problem. Okay, you are still in some sort of trouble. You still have a problem. So the example sentence is, the Vietnam economy is not out of the woods yet. Okay, means there's still some problem with the Vietnam economy. Does that make sense, Putan?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it means you still have a problem. If you are stuck in the woods, it means you still have a problem. Okay, all right. Michael, under the weather.
Under the weather, yes. I think it's that you're not in a good state. Like,
That's right, you're feeling sick. You feel sick, you are not well. All right, today I feel under the weather, means I feel sick. Just another way of saying you feel sick. Duknia.
Yes.
The ball is in your court. What does that mean, Duknia? If I say to you, the ball is in your court.
Then it's your decision.
Correct, your decision. Duknia, shall we have banh mi or pho for lunch? The ball is in your court. Okay, it means you decide. Right. I'm on the fence. Tuklin. I'm on the fence.
I'm on the fence. It means I'm not sure about something.
Yes, means I'm not sure about something. Okay, I'm not sure if I agree or not with something. Is let me see. Is China a good country? I'm on the fence about that. I'm not sure if that is true or not. Okay, so it just means I'm not sure about something. And the last one, Bhutan, once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon mean not very often.
Correct. Okay, if something happens once in a blue moon, it means it happens hardly ever. Maybe you get snow in Hanoi once in a blue moon. Is that right, Paula? Does it ever snow in Hanoi?
Just in like Sapa or something. We don't have
Okay,
snow in Hanoi.
but not in Hanoi.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you get snow in Hanoi once in a blue moon. Hardly ever, or not very often. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad you remember most of those because these are all common phrases, common colloquial phrases in English. Any questions about any of those? Okay, quick word challenge. So today we're looking at confusables. And they're called confusables because they're easy to confuse because they're words which are pronounced the same but have different spellings and meanings. There are lots of these in English, and here are just 5 I've shown you. So, Michael, can you read number 1, please? Read sentence number 1.
She hasn't lost her elegance and style.
Okay, style. So both of those words are pronounced the same, both pronounce style, although as you can see, they have different spellings. They also have different meanings, which I will explain to you shortly. But in the meantime, which style is correct for that sentence, Michael? Number 1 or number 2?
The second style.
Okay. Tuknia, number 1 or number 2?
The second style.
Tuklin, 1 or 2?
2. Yeah.
Bhutan, 1 or 2?
2.
Paula, 1 or 2?
2.
Okay, you are all correct. Okay, elegance and style. This style with a Y means fashionable. Okay, something to do with fashion or the way you look. Someone who looks stylish, looks nice. They wear nice clothes. They have a nice haircut, maybe. Okay, someone who is stylish. They look very up to date. This other sort of style means a step that you use when you want to climb over a fence. I'll show you a picture of this shortly that will explain it. So a style, S-T-I-L-E, is a step that is part of a fence to help you climb over the fence or the wall. Okay, number 2. Tuknia, can you read the sentence, please?
Climate change means the future of the planet is at stake.
Yeah, okay, so both these are pronounced stake. They are both pronounced the same, stake.
Yeah.
Which stake is correct for the sentence? 1 or 2, Tuknia?
The first one.
Tuklin,
I choose the first one.
Bhutan,
I choose on.
Paula,
Steak.
yeah, 1 or 2?
Number 1.
Okay, Michael, 1 or 2?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay, I see Cho Zhang has joined us. Hello, Cho Zhang.
Yes, hi teacher.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
Good, good. And Zung Ha is here. Hello, Zung Ha.
Hi.
Hi, how are you, Zung Ha?
A little bit tired.
A little bit tired. Okay, I hope I can keep you awake this afternoon. Can you turn your camera on, please, Zung Ha?
I got some trouble with my device, so I can't put on my camera today.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't see you. All right, Cho Zhang. So we are looking at sentence number 2. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, which steak is correct for this sentence? Number 1 or number 2?
The first one.
Okay, Zung Ha, 1 or 2?
I think 1.
Okay, good. You're all correct. Okay, this one not too difficult. Climate change means the future of the planet is at stake. Stake in this example means the future of the planet is in danger. In danger. Okay, this sort of steak, I'm sure you all know, is a piece of meat. So that doesn't make sense at all in the context of this sentence. All right, number 3, please. Tuk Lin.
Yes. When
Can
I
you
was a
please?
kid,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, young child, my parent told me that a stock delivery babies.
Right. Good. Okay. So these two are pronounced exactly the same. They are both pronounced stork. Both pronounced stork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Both pronounced stork. Tuk Lin,
Yes.
have you heard the word kid before? Have you heard this before?
Yes, I have heard.
Okay, you're
the
familiar
kid
with
word.
that. So kid is slang for a young child. Very common. Talk about kids means children. Okay, so which one is correct for this sentence? Tuk Lin, 1 or 2?
I think it's number 2.
Bhutan,
I choose number 1.
Paula,
Stork, the second one.
Cho Zhang,
I chose the second.
Zung Ha,
I think I choose number 2.
Michael,
Choose the second one.
Tuk Nia.
I use the second one.
Okay, the second one is correct. Second one is correct. This stork here is a type of bird. Okay, S-T-O-R-K is a type of bird. This one here, stork, is part of a plant. Again, I will show you pictures of this shortly, which will help it make more sense. So this one here, part of a plant. This one here is a bird. Okay, it used to be that when young children asked their parents, where do babies come from? Okay, and the parents, well, the child was too young to understand the answer, so the parents would just say, oh, the babies come from a stork, a bird delivers babies to every house. That's where babies come from. All right, this is a very old Western, like, not really fairy story, but just a thing that Western parents often used to say to young children.
Is it a
Where
myth or a folk?
Yeah, it is it's a myth, but it's not even that, Mike. It's not even long enough for a myth. It's just like a joke. It's just a joke that parents used to say to young children. Okay, when they ask, where does babies come from, mum or dad? And they would say, oh, the stork brings them, a bird brings them. That's where babies come from. So it's like just like a joke people used to tell to young children, to kids. That's where that comes from. So they say the stork delivers or brings babies. So obviously stork, number 2, is correct for this sentence. Okay, where did I get to? 1, 2, 3. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Can you read number 4, please?
He was 9 when he picked up a quill for the first time.
Okay, so again, both these words are pronounced Q, just like the letter Q. Okay, but they have different meanings. Maybe you don't know the meaning at the moment, but I will explain that shortly. In the meantime, Cho Zhang, which do you think is correct, 1 or 2?
I think it's the first one.
Number 1, Zung Ha.
I think I choose number 2.
Number 2, Michael.
I choose the first one.
Duk Nia.
1.
Tuk Lin.
I choose the first one.
Bhutan.
I choose number 1.
Paula.
Number 1.
All right, if you chose number 1, you are correct. A cue is the name of the stick that you use when you play pool or billiards or snooker. This cue is a line of people, usually a line of people waiting for someone. It's called a cue. Again, I will show you a picture of this in just a moment. So for this sentence, he was 9 when he picked up a cue or the stick to play pool for the first time. So this one doesn't make sense. And the last one, Zung Ha. Zung Ha.
You're always way less in the morning.
Correct. Okay, so both these words are pronounced way. Way. Which one is correct? Zung Ha, 1 or 2?
I think I choose number 2.
Okay, Michael.
I choose number 2.
Duk Nia.
2.
Duk Lin.
Number 2.
Bhutan.
I choose number 2.
Paula.
I choose number 2.
Cho Zhang.
I choose number 2.
Okay, number 2 is correct. You always weigh less in the morning. This way, of course, is to do with how much or what your weight is, how many kilos you weigh. This way, of course, is to do with directions. Please show me the way. Okay, what is the way? Is a direction. So again, all these words are confusables because they are pronounced the same. If you hear them in conversation, you have to listen to the whole sentence so you know which one the person means. And now I will just very quickly show you. What I mean in pictures, which makes it a bit easier. So first 2 pictures. This is a stile, okay, which is a set of steps or stairs to help you climb over a fence. Style. This is a hairstyle. Both pronounced the same, but completely different things. These are stakes. In this case, stakes are pieces of wood, in this case, that go in the ground to support vegetables. Each of these pieces of wood is called a stake. And this is also a stake, but a very different sort of stake. Both pronounced the same. This is a stalk, part of a plant. And this is a stork, a bird. And you can see here, this is part of the joke. The stork is carrying a baby. Okay, there's a baby, supposed to be a baby in here. This picture, of course, is fake, not real. But this is what a stork looks like. And this is supposed to be the stork bringing a baby to some lucky house. This is a cue, spelled C-U-E, a cue. All right, you hit the ball with the cue, and this is also a cue, but spelled completely differently. People waiting at the airport or the train station. And the last one, way, okay? This way, that way, the other way. Which way? A direction. This is also weigh. Somebody weighing themselves. All right. So I hope that helped clear up some of those words for you. Like I say, in English, there are lots of them, lots of words that are pronounced the same but have different meanings. And that was just 5 of them. All right. Okay. Zung Ha, you sent me a message on chat.
Yeah, I sent it when I joined.
Oh, okay, just to let me know you were there. Great, thank you, Zung Ha. That's great. Thank you for that. I saw your name come up as well, but thank you for letting me know. That's great. Okay. So in a moment, I'm going to get you all to do the speaking test, all right? So that's what's coming up in just a moment. But firstly, we will have a little bit of revision so to help you do the speaking test. So remember that we looked at this last week. This is what the speaking test is marked on in the Ielts test. All right, number 1, it's marked on 4 different factors or categories. The first one, task achievement. The examiner, in this case me, I'll be listening to, have you actually answered the question? Have you achieved the task? Fluency is to do with how smoothly you speak, whether you speak without too many pauses or gaps. And coherence means, does your answer actually make sense? Does it follow a logical progression? Do the words you use actually make sense in the context you are using them? All right, that is number 1. Number 2, lexical resource is just about your vocabulary. Are you using a wide range of words? How many different words can you demonstrate that you know? That is number 2. Number 3, are you using the correct grammar? And are you using the correct form of words? And finally, number 4, pronunciation. Remember last week we also looked at how, when you have 1 minute preparation to prepare your answer for speaking part 2, okay, the sort of thing, how you can make notes in your 1 minute. Remember, 1 minute isn't very long, of course, so you only have a short time to make notes. So this was an example. I'm sure you remember we looked at this last week, how you can very quickly just make notes to remind you of things to talk about when you're giving your talk. And I also suggested that you start off your talk by saying something like, I'm going to tell you about. And I also suggest you write down your last sentence. Write down your last sentence. Bhutan, why do I think it's a good idea to write down your last sentence?
I don't remember.
Do you remember? Why is it a good idea to write down your last sentence?
I don't remember.
Okay, Michael.
Yes.
Why is it a good idea to write down your last sentence?
So that you won't get lost when you finish the lines.
That's one reason, so you won't get lost when you finish your speech. But also remember, it gives a very...
make the clear ending and so
yes,
give
correct.
impression to the
All
judge.
correct. All correct. Thank you, Michael. Does that make sense now, Bhutan?
Yes.
Okay, so it means you won't get lost when you come to the end of your talk and you are thinking, how do I finish this? Okay, you already have your last sentence written down. Okay, and it also gives a good, tidy and clean ending to your talk. And it makes all your talk actually sound better. If you have a good, clear ending, it gives a very positive feel to your talk, to any talk. So that's why I suggest you write down your last sentence. Any questions about any of that? Okay. So this isn't going to be quite the same. Oops, didn't mean to share that one. Oh, actually, I did. This isn't going to be quite the same as in the exam because, of course, because you are taking turns to give your speech one by one, some of you, of course, will have a lot more than 1 minute to prepare. Okay, so it's not quite the same as an exam. But please, for those of you who do have more time, can you please try to make sure that you include some of these adjectives that we have looked at to describe personality. So one of the keys to doing well in this sort of test is, as I've already said when I showed you how the test is marked, to demonstrate you have a good lexical resource that is a wide vocabulary. And these are 15 useful adjectives to know when you are describing someone's character or personality, or you're talking about yourself or someone that you know. So please try to learn these words, and then so you can use them in any talk when you are talking about someone's personality. For example, Paula.
Yes.
If someone is ambitious, what does that mean?
They want to do a lot of things.
Sort of. Close. It is like I here is the correct definition. Okay, I. Okay, they really want to be rich and successful. Okay, someone who is ambitious wants to be rich and or successful. Does that make sense, Paula?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not just do a lot of things. They want to do things successfully. Okay, they want to be successful as being ambitious. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, blunt, Cho Zhang. If someone is blunt, what does that mean? Can you remember?
I remember that.
Okay,
it's
so
like,
it is D. It is D, Cho Zhang. All right, this one here.
yes.
Okay, saying exactly what you think without being polite. Someone who is blunt is not polite. Okay, it means they say exactly what is on their mind, whether they are going to hurt someone else's feelings or not. So they are talking not politely, someone who is blunt. Does that make sense, Cho Zhang?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Someone who is judgmental. What does that mean? Someone who is judgmental.
Too quick to criticize people.
Yes, very quick to criticize people. They look at other people all the time and say, oh, I don't like them because they don't wear the right clothes, or they don't speak properly, or they don't work hard enough. All right. That is someone judgmental. They judge people all the time. Michael.
Yes.
Nosy. Someone who is nosy. What does that mean?
Nosy. Someone who is nosy thinks he's very curious about. Hold on.
Yes, you are right. You are right. Yeah.
I'm finding the meaning in the lines.
But a bit more than that. Someone who is nosy is curious about what other people are doing.
Oh,
Okay. Even though it is nothing to do with them. All right. It is none of their business.
it's L.
Yes. Interested in things that don't have anything to do with you. Okay. That is someone who is nosy.
I think I'm one of them.
What, you think you are nosy, are you?
Kind
Yeah.
of.
Okay. A lot of people are. A lot of people are. Okay. And Duk Nia.
Yes. Yes.
Someone who is stingy. Stingy. What does that mean?
Stingy.
Stingy.
Unwilling to spend money.
Yes. Someone who is stingy. They don't like to spend money. For example, when we go to a restaurant with my friend, he never pays. He is too stingy. Means they're someone who doesn't like to spend money, someone who doesn't like to pay. And the last one of these, Tuklin. Tuklin.
Oh, yes.
If you are self-assured, Tuklin, if you are self-assured, what does that mean?
Self-assured.
Self-assured. This one here, number 14. Self-assured.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Having confidence in your own abilities.
Correct. Okay. You are self-confident is the synonym. If you are self-assured, means you are very confident. Tuklin, would you describe yourself as a self-assured person?
I think I self-assured when I doing math. I think so.
Okay, good, good. So you are very self-assured at maths.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Means you are very confident when you are doing maths. That's good, Tuklin. That's exactly right. Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone. So please, as I say, learn these adjectives because they are very useful to show that you have a wide vocabulary. I've got here, by the way, up here, you can see a list of the goals for this unit we are doing, which is about people and relationships. So what we've just done, what we've just reviewed is adjectives to describe personality, adverbs to modify character adjectives. Adverbs are words like really and so. I will show you some of these. Remember, they intensify the adjectives. So for example, if I say she's really outgoing, it means she's very outgoing. Okay, so it makes the adjective stronger. She's so hardworking. She can be really impatient. He was very creative. They are all adverbs that help intensify the character adjective. So again, remember to use those. Another useful thing to remember is if you use a character adjective to describe someone, I'm looking at number 3 here, by the way, if you want to read it with me, it's really useful to give an example. For example, she's really outgoing. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. He's not very reliable. He's often late for our meetings. So when you describe someone using one of those character adjectives, it's always good to try and give an example of what you mean when you are using that. Are there any questions about any of that? One more thing before we leave the modifying of adjectives. If you want to soften your comment about someone, you can use these two phrases. She can be a bit impatient. She can be a bit stingy. To call someone stingy is a little bit negative. Someone who doesn't like to pay, it's not a positive characteristic, but you can soften it, make it more polite by saying it this way. She can be a little bit stingy, means she can not like to pay sometimes. He's not very reliable, means he can be reliable sometimes, but not always. Okay, are there any questions about that? Okay, speaking exam time there. I know some of you have done this one before, but that's okay. It's good practice. So here we have your speaking exam. Zhongha,
Yes.
can you read it for me, please? All of this.
Describe a close friend with a show. How long you have known this person? How you met? What kind of person is she or he? Explain why you like him or her.
Good. Okay, so that is what you are doing for your speaking exam. So, Michael, I'm going to start with you, okay?
Yes.
You are first, okay? So I'll come back to you in 1 minute, okay, Michael?
All right.
All right. And you have to talk for no more than 2 minutes. All right. No more than 2 minutes.
Around
So,
two.
Michael, you are first, then Duk Nia, then Tuk Lin, then Putan, then Paula, then Cho Zhang, then Zung Ha. That is the order we're going to do things in. I'm going to time you. What we're doing, we are recording. Mrs. Ha and I were going to record all of these, so I will mark them later, and Mrs. Ha will send you the results later. All right, so we're not going to take up time now by going through your answer. I'm going to record your answer and mark it later. Okay, Michael, another 30 seconds, okay?
All right.
So please remember what I said before about maybe trying to use, especially those of you who've got plenty of time to prepare this. I know Michael hasn't, but some of you do, to try and use some adjectives. Don't have to use just these ones, any other ones you know, these character adjectives, and to use adverbs to modify them. That's the sort of thing I'm going to be listening for. I also want to listen to a good ending, all right? A definite ending that brings your talk to a positive conclusion, meaning that I can tell exactly when your ending is and that you don't stop halfway through your last sentence because you're not sure how to finish. And you should also know how to start this sort of exam by now. Okay, Michael, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, please start whenever you're ready.
So I will talk about a close friend of mine. Well, his name is Mike. I've known this person for around 2 years. I met him in the first class after the second grade. So He is a very clever guy. He's also very perseverance and patience. I liked him because he always know how to create fun stories to make me laugh. He's also a very humorous guy. Well, overall, he's without him, I won't be able to walk my path until now. Thank you for listening. Is it
Okay,
closing?
so that was 1 minute and 5 seconds, Michael.
I think it's a bit too short.
Too short, yes. Okay, needs to be twice as long. Okay,
Do
should
I
be
need
twice
to
as.
do it again? I can do
No,
it.
you
too.
don't. No, okay, you just get one try at this. All right. So that was 1 minute. So that's all I will tell you now. So like I said before, I will listen to these and mark them, and Mrs. Ha will send you the result later. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Duk Nia.
Yes.
Okay, are you ready?
Can I have a minute to think?
No, you can't. You've already had more than 1 minute,
Okay,
Duk Nia.
okay,
So have to start now. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, please, Duk Nia.
Today I will tell you about one of my very close friends. His name is Hio. I've known him since 5th grade when I moved in my current school now. So I've been knowing him for very long, and he's a fun guy, but he's kind of impatient. So I have to like be very on time to like have like not to, let's say, have an argument with him. So it's he trained, and he and I, like, we are very close, and we train like basketball and gyms together. So it's kind of fun when playing with him. So yeah, that's why I like him. That's a very close friend. And he's kind of my partner in crime too. So yeah, I think I'll be with him like forever.
Okay, that was a good ending. Good ending, Duk Nia. Okay, but still a little bit short. That was about 1 minute, 15 seconds. All right, so you still had 45 more seconds to go. Okay, thank you, Duk Nia. Tuk Lin, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, please start whenever you're ready, Tuk Lin. Please start.
Yes, I will start now.
Sure.
I'm going to tell you about a close friend of mine. Her name is Ha. I have known her for 10 years since we was in primary school. She was my classmate, and I have a chance to be closer with her after we did together a group assignment. After that, we have played together until now. Yeah, she is a really clever person. She could understand and solve any problem by the shortest and quickest way. Besides that, she also a reliable person because that I could tell her any of my secrets, and or when I was happy or when I was upset, I could tell her, and she always beside me. She also really outgoing. She was a friendly person, and she loved going outside and joining every meeting in order to have a new friend or talking to the new people. That's the reason why I really love her, and we can like a close friend. She's not only a friend of mine, she's also as my family member. I hope we can together not only 10 years, it can be 15 years or 20 years next. Thank you for listening. Yes. It's the
Okay.
end.
Okay. I guess that was the end. Okay. Thank you, Tuc Linh. So that was 1 minute and 35 seconds. All right. So not bad, but you still have 25 seconds to go.
Oh,
So one thing I thought you did very well, Tuc Linh, is that you gave examples, all right, which was good. All right. For example, when you said your friend was outgoing, then you gave an example, which is great. All right. That's exactly the sort of thing to do with these sort of exercises. So, for example, what did you write down for your notes, Tuc Linh, for what kind of person is he or she? What did you write down?
I take note. I have taken note. Three.
Three characteristics. Three characteristics. Good. Good.
I note is clever, reliable, and
Yes. Great.
outgoing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's exactly right. That's exactly the sort of thing you do. Then all you need to do is when you look at your notes is just say, well, she is outgoing, she is reliable, and then you just think of an example. Okay. That's how you make your talk longer. Okay. Maybe you can think of even 1 or 2 examples.
Yeah.
For example, okay, if you have written down reliable, you might say something like, she is really reliable. For example, one day I remember that I asked her 2 weeks in advance to come and help me with my English test. And I didn't mention it again, but still 2 weeks later, she was there just at the time I had asked her to be. So that shows how reliable she is. See what I mean, Tuc Linh? See what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, and so me just giving that example, that filled up at least 10 seconds, maybe even more. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So just giving a long example. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, Tuc Linh. Bhutan,
Yes, I'm here.
are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, please start whenever you're ready.
I will tell you about my close friend, Quân. We have been playing together. We had been playing together for 4 years now. We knew each other because we were in the same high school class, and he was also my best-mate. He is very clever and helped me a lot in my study. But he is so noisy when he plays video game with me. What I like most about him is that he always encourages and helps me in everything. That's and thank you for listening.
Okay, so very short, Bhutan. Okay, that was only 42 seconds. So you need to be able to talk for 2 minutes. So same as I was saying to Tuc Linh, so you talked about, okay, you talked about some of the characteristics. You need to be able to give some example. All right. So what was one of the characteristics you mentioned, Bhutan?
It's Quân, my girlfriend.
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
It's Quân, my best friend.
He's quite, sorry, I can't hear, Bhutan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
I'm talking about my close friend, Quân.
Yeah. Yeah, and what is one of the characteristics you mentioned? One of his...
We have been playing together for 4 years now.
Yeah, and you talked about him, what, being reliable, did you?
Yes.
Okay, so to make your speech longer, you need to give some example of him being reliable. What other characteristics did you describe, Bhutan?
He is very clever and helped me.
Okay, good. Yeah, so he is very clever and he helped you. So please tell a short story about how he helped you. All right.
Okay.
So don't just say he's very clever and he helps me a lot. Please give an example. So you could say he's very clever and he helps me a lot. For example, he's very good at math. And sometimes when I have problems with my math, he will come to my house and we will sit together for a long time and he will show me how to solve the problems. Okay, does that make sense, Putan?
Yes.
Yeah, so that will help make your talk longer if you give examples to go with each of the characteristics. Okay, thank you, Putan. Paula.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you about one of my close
Okay,
friends.
whenever you're ready, please, Paula.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about one of my close friends. We have played with each other for 7 years, and she's the daughter of a friend of my mom's. So frankly, we didn't think that we will be friends for this long because we go to different schools from primary to high schools. And we meet each other like once in a blue moon. So we're quite opposite. She looks like an extrovert, but she's actually an introvert, and she's unreasonably humorous because she always makes jokes and always makes me laugh my head off. And moreover, I like how she's always ambitious to achieve her goals, which makes her always determined with her decisions. But however, she is also a truly reliable and trustworthy person who I am able to confide in whenever I have to overcome difficulties. So that's why she's one of my close friends, and I hope we will stay as close as now in foreseeable future.
Okay, 1 minute 25, Paula. So you still had 35 seconds left.
Okay.
Okay, but so the content was very good, Paula. Okay, you used lots of good adjectives. I heard you say things like once in a blue moon. Okay, which is very good. Very good to be able to use those idiomatic phrases. Again, to make your speech longer, Paula, I think you, again, just need to have some more examples.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously answering questions 1 and 2 here, you can't make that longer. How long have you known your best friend? 9 years or 7 years. Okay, that's all you can say. How did you meet? Maybe you could tell a story about how you met, but if you don't have one, you just say, I met her, she is the daughter of a friend of my mother's. That's pretty much all you can say. But with this one, these ones here, you need to be able to just quickly think of some examples about what kind of person she is. So maybe even write down, I know you did, but to make it longer, write down 1 or 2 more characteristics and just give some longer examples.
Okay.
Okay, and I do have one question for you, Paula. What
Yes.
does an extrovert or an introvert look like? All right, you said during your talk, you said she looks like an extrovert, but she's actually an introvert.
So she looks like she would be like really outgoing.
So what does that look like though? I'm just interested. What does how can you tell by looking at someone?
The vibe and the aura that they give off.
Ah, okay. The vibe and the aura that they give off. All right. Okay, I was just interested, Paula, in that, how do you tell someone is an extrovert just looking at them? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, thank you, Paula. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Cho Zhang, you've had plenty of time to prepare. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right, whenever you're ready, Chojang, please start.
So my best friend's name Ling, and she's a girl that I have known for 10 years since we were starting in primary school. It's really hard to me to remember details about the first time we met each other, but I remember that I was willing to share my candies for her, and we started to be friends. We started to become friends until now. There are only 3 words to describe my herself: reality, our kindness, wise, and sympathetic. Beside her, I can sharing my secret stories comfortably and privately. And she also always ready to travel with me in any situations. Besides that, she is so very hilarious and when making me laugh, and that is the reason why I like being with her every weekend. So she is a person who is reliable and always appeared when I need. So that's why I always have to remind myself to appreciate every moment with her and hope our relationship can become more stronger in the futures.
Okay, very, very good ending, Chojang. Okay, very good ending. Good last sentence. So again, that was a little bit short, 1 minute 28, Chojang. So you still had another 30 seconds. And just like I've said to some of the others, the way to make it longer, you described a lot of personal characteristics, which was good, but you need to give me 1 or 2 examples of how she has helped you or how she's been reliable. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Like you said that, oh, she's reliable, she has helped me, that's why she's my good friend. But you need to give example of maybe 1 or 2 times when she has helped you do something. Or you said she is quite hilarious, she's funny. So maybe you need to give me an example of 1 time when she made you laugh. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay, and that will easily fill up another 30 seconds, all right? Just give 1 or 2 examples that will easily fill up 30 seconds. But that was a very good, well-constructed speech, Chojang. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, Zung Ha,
Yes,
are you ready, Zung Ha?
I think I'm ready.
Good. Whenever you're ready, please start.
I'm going to share with you about one of my best friends. Her name is Lee. We have known each other for 5 years. We've met since secondary school. It's the time that I go to meet my new class, and she was my classmate. She is a very kind person, always care for each other, for other people. She also a hardworking and reliable. She always try to study to improve her grade in class, and always there when I need her. She's one of my closest friends, although we're different like chalk and cheese, because she's really nice to me, willing to go through thick and thin with me, and I hope that we will be friends forever.
Okay, so that is 1 minute, Zung Ha. All right, so you still have 1 more minute to go. So
A little
again,
short.
yeah, a little bit is 1 minute short. So it's supposed to be 2 minutes long, your talk. So again, as I was saying to the others, you need to think of some story, some example of something that you have done together. So what are some of the characteristics you said about your friend? Zungha? Hello, Zungha.
I'm here.
Yeah. So what
Can
were
you-
some of the what were some of the characteristics you said about your friend?
They are kind, hardworking, and reliable.
Good. Okay. So you need to give me some examples.
I already have example, but I think they are too short.
Yes. So you need to give a longer example. All right. So if she is kind, you need to be able to think of something. By the way, everyone, these don't need to be true. It is usually easier for you to tell a story if it is true, but it doesn't have to be true for these speeches. You can make something up. For example, Zungha, you could say, if you were making something up, my friend is really kind. For example, one day when she saw a little girl in the street who had lost her mother, she went to the little girl and said, "Where do you live?" And the little girl told her, and my friend said, "Okay, I will help you get home." So my friend took the little girl and they went on the bus together, and my friend helped this little girl go to her apartment where she could greet her mother and where she would be safe. You see what I mean, Zungha?
Yes.
Okay, so see, I made up a story there that wasn't true, of course, but for this sort of exam, doesn't matter. Okay, the examiner doesn't know that the story wasn't true. So you can make up a story to go with your friend who is being kind. That's how you make your speech longer. So please, everyone, so remember that the stories you tell, they don't have to be true or accurate. No one knows if they are true or not, especially the examiner. All right, so thank you everyone for doing that. So like I say, I will listen to those and mark them and then get Mrs. Ha to send you the marks. And then we will do the same exercise, different topic, of course, but we will do it again in another 4 or 5 weeks to see how much you have improved. And I hope you will have improved. All right. For the rest of the lesson now, we're going to look at some writing. I'm going to share another document with you. So my main comment, of course, with your speeches was that they were not long enough. In the Ielts test, you will need to do them for the 2 minutes. If you only speak for 1 minute, you will not get a very good mark. Okay, Michael.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you see the document here about women and men?
Yeah, women and men are commonly
Okay.
seen.
Great, thank you. Just want to make sure you can see it. All right, everyone. So like I say, just for the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to look at a little bit of writing. This writing comes from a task 2 essay. I know we haven't done this for a while, but this will be a little bit of paraphrasing practice for you. You will see here is the topic of an essay, and here is an example of the first paragraph that you could write to answer this essay. You will see that the first sentence or 2 are a paraphrase of what the essay topic is. The second or third sentence here, the one that I have outlined in yellow, is what is called your thesis statement. So with any task 2 essay, the first couple of sentences you write are always a paraphrase of the topic. And then the next thing you write is what is called your thesis statement. What is your opinion about something? And this is how you introduce the essay. So you might remember with task 1, your first paragraph is also a paraphrase. What is different about the 2 paraphrases is that the task 1 paraphrase is merely changing some of the words for synonyms. So you are pretty much just swapping words when you do a task 1 paraphrase. In a task 2 paraphrase, however, you are basically rewriting the entire topic. So not just substituting words, you are actually writing it in a whole different way. Does that make sense, Duknia?
Yes.
Okay, so please tell me if what I'm saying doesn't make sense. I know it might sound a little bit complicated. So again, I will paraphrase what I have just said. In a task 1 essay, the one that you write to do with a graph or a table or a chart, your first paraphrase, your first sentence paraphrase, you just simply use synonyms to write the title of the graph a different way. All right, you just substitute some of the words. In a task 2 paraphrase, task 2, remember, is the essay question. All right, you actually paraphrase the whole idea by writing the whole idea in a completely different way. And that is followed by a thesis statement where you say, in my view, in my opinion, or I think, and then you go on to say, what do you think? So what I've done here is an example of a task 2 essay question followed by one way that you can paraphrase this. Tuklin.
Yes.
Okay, Tuklin, can you please read out the task 2 topic, please, the question?
Oh, yes. Women and men are commonly seen as having different strength and weakness. It is right to exclude male or female from certain profession because of their gender.
Okay, so this one here, Tuklin, is pronounced weaknesses. Weaknesses. Can you say that, please?
Weaknesses.
Good. Weaknesses. Different strengths and weaknesses. And the question is it right to exclude males or females from certain professions because of their gender? What do you think, Tuklin? Off the top of your head, is it right to exclude males or females from certain professions because of their gender? Yes or no?
I think I will agree with that opinion.
You're going to agree with it, okay? So it is okay to say to men and women, you can't do certain things because you are a man, or you can't do certain things because you are a woman. Is that what you are saying to me? Have a think about that. I will ask someone else. Bhutan.
I'm here.
Okay, Bhutan. Is it right to exclude males or females from certain professions because of their gender? What do you think?
I think it's not right.
Okay, Paula.
Yeah.
Is it right to exclude males or females from certain professions because of their gender?
I don't think so.
Hey, Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, what do you think, Cho Zhang?
I think that I don't really agree with this.
You don't
idea.
agree with that. Okay. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Is it right to exclude males or females from certain professions because of their gender?
I will say that I not certainly agree.
Okay, so you don't agree with that. Is that right, Zhongha?
It kind of like 50-50.
Okay, fine. Remember, by the way, you can answer, by the way, whatever you like. There's no right or wrong answer for this question. It's just what you think, what you feel. Michael,
Yes, I'm here.
what do you think, Michael? Is it right to exclude males or females from certain professions because of their gender?
Oh, no, I think there should be gender equality in this problem, or else the whole world is going to be chaos.
Okay, good, Mike. Good. You say you've said your opinion and you've given a reason. That's good. So, Duknia, have I asked you this?
You haven't.
Okay, what do you think, Duknia? Is it right to exclude males or females from certain professions because of their gender?
I think no, because yeah, it should be the same.
Okay, all right. Now, coming back to you, Tuk Lin. Now you've had a chance to think about it. What do you think now?
I still think it's 15-50. It's not quite oh no, yes, I think it's 50-50. I don't agree or disagree with.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so when you read a question like this, obviously one of the first things you should think about is, is this right or is this not right? And of course, the second thing you have to think about is the reasons why you think something is right or not right. And remember, there is no right or wrong answer to these questions. What you are supposed to be doing and what you will be marked on is how well you write about what your opinion is. Okay, so when I ask you these questions, there's no right or wrong answer, all right? But it is more about what you feel, and how you are, what are the reasons behind what you feel. So very quickly now, otherwise I know we're going to run out of time. Billy, you can see Bhutan.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you can see the first sentence of the question here is men and women are commonly seen as having different strengths and weaknesses. Can you please read the first sentence here that I have written?
Many people believe that men and women are different in fundamental ways.
Okay, so what I've done, Bhutan and everyone, is I have rewritten this first sentence using completely different words. Now, maybe there are some words here that you are not sure of. Maybe fundamental, okay, is maybe a word you haven't come across before. Fundamental, a synonym for that is fundamental means in very basic ways. Many people believe men and women are different in many just basic and obvious ways. Okay, that's what fundamental means. But fundamental is a good academic word to use to describe that. Does that make sense, Bhutan?
Yes.
Okay. And then what I have done is I've given an example. Paula, can you read the example I've given, please?
For example, men are better at things that require size and strength, while women are better at occupations that need empathy and kindness.
Okay, now Paula, you might think that is true or that is not true. Okay, but like I say, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, as because you were just giving an example just to back up what you think. Does that make sense, Paula?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. And then I have given my thesis statement. All right. What I think. Can you please read that for me, Cho Zhang, the bit in yellow?
However, in my view, gender equality should be encouraged whenever possible.
Okay. What does gender equality mean, Cho Zhang?
I think it means the justice between two genders, a man and female.
Yeah. Okay. Can you make that even more simple, Cho Zhang?
The balance.
Yeah. When I talk about gender equality, I'm talking about men and women being what?
Being the same position.
Yes, being the same, being equal. Okay. Gender equality just means men and women should be treated the same.
Yes.
Okay. And part of being treated the same is that they should be able to do the same sort of jobs. They should be able to do the same sort of jobs. So hopefully you can see how I have rewritten this statement here in completely different words. So I haven't just used synonyms. I have used synonyms, but I have written the whole statement here in a completely different way. And then I have given my thesis statement. I've given what my opinion is. So what I'm going to get you to do now is I'm going to quickly share this with you, and I want you, and we will obviously carry on with this next week, is start to write your paraphrase of put it in chat now, your paraphrase of that essay question. Okay. However, before we do that, I'm just aware we're running out of time a little bit now. I will get you to talk through this with me now. Michael.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Michael, I'm glad to know you're here still and still awake. Good. Homeschooling belongs in the past and is unacceptable in modern society. What do you think of that, Michael?
Well, I don't think that is unacceptable because homeschooling also provide the learners ability to find out their own knowledge and expand more from
Okay, good.
what you know.
Okay, good. So you've given me your opinion and you've given me an example. That's good, Michael. Duk Nia.
Yes.
Okay, what do you think? Homeschooling belongs in the past and is unacceptable in modern society.
No, I have to disagree with this.
Okay, because give me one reason.
Because like I don't know how to say it, but like because being unacceptable is not like it's like what to say it.
Yeah, keep going. You
Yeah,
are doing
it's not-
fine, Duk Nia.
It's not unacceptable, and it's,
Okay, good. Yeah, good,
yeah.
good. Yeah. Okay. So what you were saying, it's not unacceptable because there are still some good reasons why someone might be better off being schooled at home.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how you say it. That's good, Duk Nia. Okay, good. You gave me your reason. That's good. And an opinion. Tuk Lin.
Oh yes, I disagree with this opinion.
Okay,
Because
give me one reason. One reason.
I think it's still suitable for the modern in the modern society, because I think if a child is is touched by homeschooling, is I think is as good, is still as
Can,
good as the children who still be
can
touched as
be as good
can
as
touch as
children
well.
who are taught at school. Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
So, okay, Tuklin, that was very good. I noticed you changed teach into taught then. That was excellent. Very good. You chose the right word. Okay, that was great. Good use of tense too, Tuklin. Okay, that was very good. Excellent. Okay, Bhutan.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Bhutan, what do you think?
Mm,
Homeschooling belongs in the past and is unacceptable today.
uh,
Do you disagree or not?
Disagree.
Okay, can you give me a reason, Bhutan?
Everyone need to do anything.
Oh, sorry, Bhutan, your signal is breaking up. I can't hear your voice. Sorry.
Now you can hear me.
Ah, that's better. Yeah.
I disagree because I think everyone has something to do.
Everyone has something to do. That you have to give me something to do with homeschooling, Bhutan. Okay, we'll come back to that next week. Paula.
Yes.
Okay, what do you think? Homeschooling belongs in the past and is unacceptable in modern society.
It's not like it is unacceptable, but I don't think homeschool will have that much advantage to you in the modern society.
Okay, you don't think it offers many advantages.
Yeah.
All right. Cho Shang,
Yes, I'm here.
what do you think, Cho Shang?
I disagree with these ideas
Because
because I think homeschooling is the second option for the children who can have enough conditions to go to school. So yes, it cannot be belong in the past.
okay, so it doesn't belong in the past. So there are still some advantages to learning at home. Is that what you were saying?
Yes, it
Okay, so that's how you say it. There are still, I think homeschooling doesn't belong in the past. There are still some advantages to learning at home. That's how you say it. Okay, and finally, Zung Ha.
I disagree with this opinion
Yes.
because I think homeschooling uh, is still provide children with the knowledge they need, and in some situation, it was suitable for the children to have homeschooling.
Okay, that's very good. Good answer, Zung Ha. Okay, very good answer. That's great. Okay, so what we're going to, again, as I said before, there's no right or wrong answer to this sort of question. It's just whatever your opinion is, and then whatever reasons you can think of to support your opinion. That's what your essay is going to be about. So we will return to this next week, and next week I will get you to write a paraphrase. And I will also get you to write your opinion, which you have just told me. All right, that should be the easy part. You've all given me your opinions, which are fine. I'm just going to get you to write them down next week and correct your English, but we will also look at paraphrasing. this first sentence. So that is the end of today's class. Thank you all for paying attention. What I said before, I will listen to your talks, okay, and mark them according to the Ielts criteria, the 4 things which I showed you before, okay, the task achievement, the lexical resource, grammar and pronunciation, all right? And I will get Mrs. Ha to send that to you later this week. Are there any questions before we go? Any questions you have to me before we go? So next week we will continue with both speaking and writing. Next week I want to finish the speaking to do with people and relationships, and we will go on to a different unit. But what I'm trying to do now with these speaking units is to increase your vocabulary. Because when it comes to doing the IELTS speaking test, if you have a wider lexical resource, that is a bigger vocabulary, that is where you will get more marks. All right. What are you doing for the rest of today, Dr. Nia?
Yes. Yeah.
What are you doing for the rest of today?
I will pack my stuff and go back to Hanoi.
Okay, all right. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good English, Dr. Nia, by the way. Perfect tense. Perfect English. Putan, what are you doing today?
I'm going to my basketball team practice.
Okay, good. Okay, hope it's fun. Paula, can you stay behind for 1 minute, please, at the end of the lesson? Thank you. Cho Zhang, what are you doing today?
I think I will take a nap for a while.
Okay, you'll have a nap for a while.
Yes.
Okay, good, Cho Zhang. Okay, hope you can catch up on some sleep. Michael.
Yeah.
What are you doing for the rest of today?
I think I will create some goals to complete and we'll set out some projects.
Okay, I hope you get a chance to relax too, Michael.
No,
Okay.
I can't relax right now
You
because I'm
can't.
feeling pretty dexterity.
Okay, you have plenty of energy, Michael. That's great. Excellent. All
I'm
right.
being overflowed by energy.
Brooklyn.
Yes, I will prepare for my exam tomorrow.
What is your
Chinese.
exam? What is your exam?
Chinese.
Chinese.
exam.
I didn't know that
Yes.
you are learning Chinese as well.
Yes, I am learning Chinese.
Wow, that's very impressive, Brooklyn. Wow, you are learning
It's
two
too
two foreign
difficult.
languages. 2 foreign languages. Wow, that's great. Yeah. Is
Yes,
which one is more difficult, Brooklyn, English or Chinese?
I think it's Chinese. English is easier.
Really? Wow. I've heard Chinese is very hard. Okay. Good luck, Brooklyn. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Hope it goes well. And Sungha.
Yes,
What are you doing for the rest of today?
I'm going to prepare for my other class,
Okay. Which is
math.
you have math class. Okay, Sungha.
Yes.
Well, I hope you get a chance to have a rest sometime too.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I will let you go now. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for your concentration. I hope you all have a happy week. Good luck to those of you who've got exams, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Bye, everyone. Bye.